Alright, welcome to Build Wars. I'm RC Panzer and I'll be your host today. Today we're showing you the pure Backstab Thief, and we'll be talking about skills, utilities, traits, gear, some math, and then some gameplay examples. Enjoy!
Alright, so everyone knows that thieves are good at picking out a squishy and blowing them up, right? We take skills to do just that. For main set weapons we take Dagger Pistol, giving the ever-important Backstab, a hilariously strong execution attack, a gap closer that also blinds, a ranged interrupt, and a smoke field plus ranged blind. For off weapon, I choose short bow purely for utility purposes. The 3 skill is nice for GTFOing out of a team fight. The 2 skill can be good if you want to stay out of range or something. And the 4 skill is awesome to drop on a down person so they can't recover. If they stay in the poison field, which I think only thieves and elementals can escape it, that's 13 seconds of poison, plenty long enough for them to bleed out without being able to heal themselves. However, the most important ability of the short bow is the 5 skill, Infiltrator's Arrow. It allows thieves to move around the map exceedingly quickly and escape otherwise deadly situations. It's a range 900 teleport on no cooldown, only restricted by initiative. It can be used fairly successfully over elevation changes, can fake out enemies. You fire it one way, start walking the other way, and then teleport to it. And it even blinds on impact if you use it in a team fight. And this is what gives the build its real edge. Where other classes have to sprint back and forth between mid or far or close to assist where needed, the thief can just teleport like halfway across the map. You just jump quickly across the map. For your actual combat sequence, it only involves the dagger pistol. You don't use the short bow except for either escaping or traveling, basically, or poisoning down people. Before you engage, you have to prepare. Use Basilisk Venom, a utility skill, to prepare to stun a bitch. Then you stealth yourself. To stealth, remember, combo fields and finishers, Pistol 5, then Dagger 2. That's a smoke field, and then a leap grants you stealth. Once you're stealthed, you have 3 seconds worth of stealth to get in range of your target, gap close with steal, and then backstab. Now, you have a 91% crit chance after stealing due to Fury. So this should hit for something like 5 to 6k, plus your Sigil of Air can hit for 1k, Sigil of Fire for 800 to 1k, total of about 8k damage on a light armor target. Now, if you're targeting a squishy like a non-bunker Ellie or a Zerker Shatter Mesmer, you will take most of their health with this. For Engineers, Rangers, tanky Ellies, PU Mesmers, moderately tanky, you'll probably get like 40% of their health. Warriors and Guardians will feel the backstab hit their armor, then they'll look around for the little shit that decided suicide was in today's game plan. Moral of the story, don't backstab warriors unless they're very low health already. After the backstab, you have to mop up. They will not be dead. Do not go into a fight expecting to blow someone up instantly. You will have to survive after the initial burst to finish them off. This build is extremely squishy. The lowest armor you can possibly have on a thief, and almost the lowest armor you can have in the game. Also, no HP build. You die, like, instantly. However, you have blinds, and you're good if nobody can hit you. After the backstab, I use the 3 skill, Shadow Shot, to blind and gap close. Then let an auto attack chain roll off. There's the auto attack chain. And heal if you have to withdraw. If you do heal, you can use Infiltrator Signet again to gap close. And then once you're on top of them, and they've probably already expended a dodge or 2 by now, and you just keep teleporting to them instead of having to actually seek them out, you can use Black Powder for the blind field plus direct blind, Heartseeker through the field, onto them for a chunk of damage and stealth, then get behind them, backstab for the kill. If they're not dead after that backstab, like if they're tankier than you thought or they healed more than you thought, Heartseeker spam is a perfect way to spend that initiative, lay down some continuous damage. Your major damage spikes are these. The initial backstab, with Basilisk Stun for 1 second, Shadow Shot with the gap close, Heartseeker with a stealth, and a final backstab. So you have 4 big spikes. Ideally, you will never get hit due to your dodges, your heal, evade, lots of blinds. Also, safety first. Safe stomp your kills, guys. Like, really. I'm tired of seeing people get interrupted while stomping the down person by the down person themselves. Stability, stealth, blind, telestomp, dual stomp. 5 ways to safe stomp. This build can forever blind with like 6 different abilities, and stealth using Shadow Refuge. So that's two safe stomps right there. You blind the target with Black Powder, Guardians miss, Rangers miss, Warriors miss. Who else can even interrupt you while down? Engineers miss all their stuff. Every class that has a down skill that interrupts you misses because they're blinded. Advanced tactic actually for the telestomp. You can start your stomp and then shadow step away a safe distance, and as soon as the stomp is about to land, your character's up in the air about to do the slam motion, you shadow return back, the same key as shadow step kids, and you'll pick up the kill. Most players don't know where you went. You just see the stomp, and then suddenly you're gone, and they're just like, where'd you go? And then you teleport back on them and stomp them, and you get a kill and flex and stuff. Safe stomp. It's not that hard. For utilities, we take Withdraw, as it's a decent heal on a short cooldown that also cleanses movement conditions. We need to stick to our targets as hard as possible, so mobility is essential. Following that logic, Infiltrator Signet gives us a teleport to target that breaks stun, and passively gives initiative regen, whatever. Shadow Step is a sublime mobility with a 1200 range teleport that you can use up and down some cliffs and teleport back to your starting location afterwards if you want to. Next we take Shadow Refuge because this ability is fantastic in PvP, allowing for perfect safe stomps, safe resurrections, or other stealth outlet if you need it. Last we take Basilisk Venom, short cooldown for an elite skill, recently reduced actually from 40 to 45, or from 45 to 40 seconds, and it super stuns for 1 second on your first weapon hit. I say super stun because it's actually listed as turned to stone and can't be broken by most conventional stun breaks. The only downside to Basilisk Venom is its 1 second cast time, which pretty much prohibits you from using it in direct combat only before. This cast time is also the only reason I don't take Lissa runes on this build, but that's later. Alright, this build is fairly straightforward for traits. I go 26006. Some builds like having 6 in the power for the additional 200 power on this build, but I like the utility of the Trickery Tree. First go 2 points into Mug in the Deadly Arts, giving you slight damage and healing on Steel, which is on a super short cooldown. And also the minor trait poisons your target for 11 seconds when you steal, 10 seconds but 10% condition duration from this power tree, helping prevent the target from healing. 6 points in the Critical Strikes tree gives you Furious Retaliation, Critical Haste, and Executioner. Retaliation helps with your Fury uptime, since Steel can only give it to you half the time, 10 seconds every 20 seconds. And Critical Haste doesn't seem like much, but 2 seconds of quickness really does help if you get it immediately after your first backstab, making your 3-skill and auto attack chain really quite fast. Then, Executioner increases damage to low health targets, below 50% that is, by 20%. That's huge. With Heartseeker already doing double damage to low health targets, and Fury, while they're below 50% from retaliation, that's a pile of damage extra. Also, all the minor traits in this line are fantastic, giving you initiative regen on Opportunist, bonus damage while your initiative is above the threshold, and bonus crit chance while your health is above the threshold. They're all helpful. Your last points go into Trickery to complete the Glass Cannon build. Adept tier, we take Thrill of Crime, granting boons when used, most importantly Fury, when you have Steel, most importantly Fury. In Master tier, we take Bountiful Theft, allowing you to steal boons from victims as well as an item, the normal thing you steal. This is particularly effective when stealing from a Stability Warrior or a Guardian, and is basically the only way you can actually take them down. It gives you and nearby allies Vigor as well, which helps piss off warriors even more. You can dodge their knockdowns and crap. Lastly, we take Sleight of Hand, which reduces Steel's cooldown by an additional 20% and causes it to daze in addition to everything else. So let's see what Steel actually does with this build. It causes 11 seconds of poison, it deals damage and heals from Mug, it grants Fury for 10 seconds, it grants Might for 10 seconds, Swiftness for 10 seconds, steals boons and gives them to you, gives 10 seconds of Vigor, dazes for 1 second, it gives you 2 initiative, and steals an item and gap closes. It's nice of A-Net to make Steel super useful. The item you steal is actually strong against the class you steal it from. Like a warrior, for example, you steal the Spinning Axe attack. It deflects missiles and makes people not want to be in melee range of you. So the Hambo warriors gets his longbow shots reflected at him. Ranger, it gives you Healing Seed, removing conditions and giving regen for years. Guardians, you get a mace to stun them for 3 seconds, which is good against damage guards, not necessarily against bunkers, but whatever. Steel is fantastic. It's also on a 20-second cooldown, or like 19 and a half or something. Yeah, 19 and 3/4. So this build really helps with Steel as a gap closer for your damage. Alright, for gear, I take the fairly new, as of right, I'm speaking, not writing, Assassin Amulet, Precision main stat, Power and Ferocity substat. No Vitality like Zerker, this is the only purely offensive amulet. Since this build has other ways to defend itself from spike damage with blinds, it has really no need for Vitality, points from which could better be spent blowing people up. For runes, well, normally I would take Lissa runes for precision and the 6-set bonus of converting conditions into boons. However, this build's utility skill is basically unusable in combat, so that renders the best part of those runes moot. I use Rune of the Thief for 175 precision, 100 condition damage, whatever, that doesn't really help, and 10% bonus damage while striking from behind and from the side. Backstabs hit 10% harder. That's fantastic. Excuse me, I screwed my voice up screaming. We're going to have to go get a drink. Cool. That bonus is increased to 21.3% harder on a crit because of our ferocity at 213%. That's a ton of damage. If you hit for 6k on a crit normal, you're now hitting for 7,278, and Heartseeker gets a similarly stupid buff if you crit from behind him on a low health target. And then also Executioner, 20% damage on top of that. I usually don't like going off the beaten path for runes and sigils, as there is an obvious best choice for most builds, but this one really just jumps out at me. The 10% damage seems really valuable for Backstab. For sigils, we want burst damage. Thus, Sigil of Fire, wow, and Sigil of Air on main weapons. More explosions is the idea here. You get the reward for hitting hard. On shortbow, we want our Escape This Situation Now button to be more effective. So Sigil of Energy gives more dodges, and Sigil of Generosity gives more conditions. The auto attack for shortbow is really awesome with Sigil of Generosity because it hits up to 3 targets in a team fight, or 1-2-1, bounces back to the first target. And each hit has a chance to crit, more crits, more crit effects, more predictable cleanses. Math. Alright, so I spent a lot of time talking about skills and gear and crap, so I'm going to try and make this quick. I was going to talk about burst damage versus continuous damage and how it's affected by toughness and vitality, but I feel that's actually a better discussion for my bunker guard video, which should be coming out in 2 weeks? No, I think 4 weeks. There's a Mesmer video I'm supposed to do. Anyways, today I'll be talking about TCDM, Total Crit Damage Modifier, a number that I've used for years in several MMOs. This is actually a representation of how much percentage bonus damage you are actually getting from your precision and ferocity stats. It comes down to the function for crit damage. If you're doing X damage per hit average, and we want to know how much damage you will get on an average hit if you count crits. Critical chance increased by precision stat will be represented by A, and critical bonus damage will be given by ferocity, increased by ferocity, will be represented by B. Now, crit bonus damage is set to 150% by base, meaning crits hit 50% harder than regular hits by default. So Y, the total damage you'll be doing, equals quantity X times quantity 1 minus A, and plus quantity X times quantity A times B. Effectively, this is normal hits by percentage times damage plus crit hits by percentage plus damage bonus. Simplified, pull the X out, pull the A out. This gives you Y equals X times 1 plus A times B minus 1. Now let's put some values in. Say your base damage is 1. 1 damage per hit. Yeah, it's low, but it gives an important number. It could just as easily be 10,000, and it would just give us the percentage increase. So this build has 71% crit chance, without Fury, and a crit damage of 213%. Y equals 1 times quantity, 1 plus 0.71, that's the 71 as expresses a decimal, plus 2.13 expresses the decimal, minus 1. Y equals 1.8023. That means that this build does an average of 180.23% of base damage with each hit. You get base damage from the power stat of this build, which in this case is 1676, which could be higher, and the power ratios of the class. Our main hits will be Backstab, Heartseeker, Shadow Shot. Backstab from the back has a power ratio of 2.405, which we use twice. Heartseeker has a ratio of 2.67, and Shadow Shot has a ratio of 1.378. Just for kicks, the auto attack chain also has a ratio of 2.249. So to get raw damage on a target with 2,000 armor, we sum those ratios, multiply by power and weapon strength. Base damage of 9,307. Doesn't sound very high, does it? Now, run it through the crit equation. 16,774 damage. 16,774 damage. Plenty more damage than they should have health. And this doesn't even count the incidental damage from Bug. More than one Heartseeker, because you're going to Heartseeker spam at the end. Or bonuses from Rune of the Thief, Fury, bonuses to crit, Opening Strike, First Strike, Keen Observer, Might, or lead attacks. Wow, all things of which we have available. 10% from First Strike, 15% from lead attacks, those are traits, 10% from hitting behind with Thief runes, 5% crit chance from Keen Observer, that's also from traits, 20% crit, yikes, 20% crit chance from Fury. Actually, holy shit, that's a lot of effects. Like, wow. This also doesn't include the utility of having blinds up the yin yang on no cooldown, mobility from teleports, the days on steel interrupting people, the days on why? Holy crap! Why haven't I tried this yet? Anyways, this thief build is fantastic mathematically. Like you have like plus 45% damage. Let's see, there's 25, 45, actually 55% increased damage. I didn't even count executioner. Plus 75% increased damage while attacking a low health target from behind with Fury. That's insane. Yeah, so this build is mathematically sound.
Alright, we gotta talk about how to come into a fight. So I see this Necro, kinda low, kinda squishy. I want him. Teleport onto him. I missed the Basilisk Poison, I missed the Backstab, but I still can just Heartseeker spam him down. And remember, Necros can only fear one person at a time, so 2 Stompers, guaranteed kill. Get on the point, capture it. You'll see that the team contribution from the Thief is in the 2v1 or 3v1. You just blow somebody up and keep moving. Thieves are extremely mobile, so you get to a point, join your teammates, kill them, make sure you have the numbers advantage, and then you're safe from getting blown up yourself. And you can just drop a bunch of damage on a single person who doesn't expect it. Here it is. I don't wander in this video, but the point still remains. Stay alive. You want the advantage of numbers. I try and telestomp, but I get feared. You want the advantage of numbers, so as soon as we don't have the advantage, I die. To a lucky meteor. A lucky first hit meteor, of course. But if you can stay alive, you can continue the fight, you can keep up your numbers. Since I'm low, get out, wait for cooldowns, come back in, pick a squishy target. There you are, and pop them. I stumble a little bit trying to get up to this stupid Ranger. The Ranger could have interrupted us both, but I think he only saw the stability, my stability friend over there. So as long as you keep the advantage of numbers and help your teammates in a team fight, then you're doing the right thing as a thief. You can within the team fight, once you have the advantage of numbers, say it's a 3-on-2, or it's a 2-on-2. You come in with your extreme mobility. Pick the squishy person. Pick the one you can blow up. Don't pick the warrior. This one we already had because he was kind of squishy. Pick the squishy. Blow him up, kill him, get the fight back to a numbers advantage. Then it's a 3-on-1. You can no problem finish that last person off, and you can move on. But the key to that is staying alive. If you have somebody focusing you, get out. Use your short bow. Use your teleports. Use anything. Use your shadow step. Use shadow refuge to stealth yourself, and then trick somebody out by running away. Run like down this pit in the center that I keep staring at. You can run down with your while you're in stealth. Heal up for a second. Use your heal skill which is on a fairly short cooldown. To make yourself safe and not be dead. You can only do damage if you're alive. Another important thing: stay on the point. Like if it's not capped, see how I'm sitting on the point? Yeah, that's good. The short bow is fantastic for sieging people because of the bleed and the poison. They can't get up out of that. And even though there's a Necro sieging us, you know what? I'm not going to have any of that. Ooh, look at that damage. I'm squishy. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm going to heal up, try and get on the point. Oh, no. Hey, see this Ranger? Yeah, he's a Ranger. He's dead. Get rid of him with the warrior axe I stole earlier. That Necro's been bugging me, so I'm going to blind him, stealth onto him. Backstab. There's the 5,000 damage backstab. He didn't stand a chance. Tried to telestomp, he fears me. I try and fight him again, and he's doing actually a lot of damage to me. He's a Terrormancer, so he's like off tanky. Short bow, I'm gonna poison him, so even if he fears me again, there's the fear again. I think that was just from hitting him, like Rune of the Nightmare. That's his down skill fear. I nearly die, but he bleeds out because I poisoned him. He can't get himself up. So I'm just gonna heal up, and you see my teammate went down. I want to keep those numbers up, so what am I going to do? Well, first I'm going to fuck up. Then I'm going to try and interrupt them both. Yeah, cool, that worked. The laser knocks one down. Oh, he activated Endure Pain. That was a really good play on his part, actually. And then he ran away, which was not good. I did not save my teammate because that elementals had stability, and I couldn't, and the Skyhammer shot didn't knock him down. So I see, oh no, about to die. Wait, gotta keep those numbers up. I'm no good dead. Thought I could get somebody down. Didn't happen. Just teleport out of line of sight and heal up. This is that same game, trying to show off the short bow. It's fantastic against Mesmers, because Mesmer, especially Zerker Shatter Mesmers, they have to build up clones to get a 3-clone Shatter on you, right? And he's got an eagle from his, that bird is from his runes, I think. the short bow, the shots ricochet, and you're a berserker build, so you do tons of damage. You shatter all his clones before they can do anything. I finally get on him, 7,000 damage backstab, and thanks for playing. He probably only had 12,000 health, because he's a berserker build. This is to talk about you don't need to be tanky to live. You need to not get hit to live. So blinds are a perfect way to do that. This warrior could normally have handled me, but I had all my blinds up. He walks into the blind field. Stealth. Oops, you can't hit me if I'm invisible. I'm also not capping the point if I'm invisible, which is important. Shadow Refuge. I dropped Shadow Refuge for 2 parts. For that first stealth and to heal myself. Another blind field. Stealth again. 3 stealths this fight keeps a warrior from smashing your face in. Warriors are tanky. I hate that. I hate warriors. My buddy's also got stability, so we got the safe stomp. Now we have the advantage of numbers. You focused one person down. This guardian, he's going to stay here. He's an offensive-ish guardian with a hammer and I believe staff. I'm still going to jump on him. Still going to backstab him. Interrupt him with steal. Steal is a fantastic ability. He's going to bump us both because I wasn't paying attention. He puts some damage on me, so I just retreat. And my buddy's got the safe stomp because he has no more interrupts. And thieves really shine in roaming. Like I was saying, you roam from mid to far or from mid to close and back, and just get the advantage. People go in on and see a 2v2 at mid. Okay, we can handle that. And then a thief comes along, kills one of them, and now it's a 3v1, you win the fight. And thieves have a very strong initial burst. So you roam and kill anybody who's in your way. Since we were behind, significantly behind, but had all the points basically in our control at this point, I didn't want that guardian roaming around, so I had to stop and kill him. You are weak to people who know how to prevent stomps. So you'll see in a minute, I downed this ranger fairly nicely, actually. Like that's some damage, right? 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,900, and he hella dead. Problem is, I stealth myself. Oh wait, this warrior uses 100 blades, one of the strongest abilities in the game. Cleaves over me. He knows he's going to hit me, and I die. So in overview, this is the Backstab Thief offensive SPVP build. It has a survivability rating of 2,131, read as die on touch, total crit damage modifier of 1.805, and 1676 power and 400 condition damage. For strengths, it has super high mobility, insane burst damage, plenty of interrupts, and enough blinds to stay alive. Its weaknesses are its defenses: super low armor, super low HP, vulnerable to cleave damage. Overall play rating, 8 out of 10, because while it's super fun to run around killing shit, it is super frustrating to get cleaved down by every warrior in the game. High-level players, easily a 10 out of 10 build because they can avoid the cleave. Low-level players will have a hard time getting their burst right, and will get frustrated. I quite enjoyed this build, and it is super fun to run around blowing people up. And I think you will too.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below.